Your baby is watching you, right now, in the quiet moments, in the rushed ones, in the ones you think don't count. And here's what nobody tells you: they are remembering more than you ever imagined possible. Most parents believe babies are blank slates, that the early months are beautiful but essentially forgotten, that what happens before language, before walking, before they can tell you about their day simply doesn't stay. We tell ourselves they won't remember this when we lose our temper, when we're distracted, when we're too tired to be fully present, and that belief feels like a relief. But here's what the research actually shows, and this is the part that changes everything. Your baby's brain is not blank. It is the most rapidly developing organ in the known universe, and it is recording. Not in words, not in stories they'll tell later, but in something far deeper, far more permanent, in the body, in the nervous system, in the emotional blueprint that will quietly shape every relationship they ever have. Most parents never realize this. The things your baby remembers about you aren't the moments you planned, they're the moments you didn't. Developmental psychologists have spent decades studying infant memory, and what they've discovered is both humbling and deeply hopeful. In this video, we're going to walk through 10 things your baby is secretly remembering about you. Not to create guilt, but to give you something far more powerful than guilt: awareness. You'll discover which everyday moments leave the deepest impressions, what your face communicates that your words never could, why the way you handle your own emotions becomes the template for theirs, and which simple, ordinary moments build the kind of security that stays with a child for life. Welcome to Everyday Family. If you're a parent who wants to build a deeper, more conscious connection with your child using real developmental science and honest human insights, consider subscribing. We're here every week for parents just like you. But before we get into all 10, there is one thing your baby remembers about you that researchers say matters more than everything else combined. And it's probably not what you think.
Point 1. Your baby remembers your smell. Let's begin with something most parents never think about. Your baby knows you before they can see you clearly, before they understand your words, before they recognize your face from across a room. They know you by your scent. Researchers placed newborns between two breast pads, one from their own mother, one from a stranger. Every single time, the baby turned toward their mother's scent. Every time. Think about what that means. In their very first hours of life, your baby was already searching for you specifically, not just any comfort, yours. Your scent is their first experience of safety, their first anchor in a completely unfamiliar world. And that memory lives in the oldest, deepest part of their brain, long before language ever arrives. But scent is only the beginning, because the next thing your baby remembers runs even deeper than that. Point 2. Your baby remembers the rhythm of your voice. You've probably talked to your baby, maybe narrated your morning, read a book aloud, hummed something soft in the dark while they settled, and maybe you wondered, does any of this actually matter? Here's what the science shows. By 6 months, your baby doesn't just recognize your voice, they recognize the rhythm of it, the cadence, the rise and fall, the specific emotional signature of how you speak. And when that rhythm changes, when your voice gets tight, clipped, sharp with stress, their nervous system responds immediately. Their cortisol rises, their body tenses, even when they have no idea what the words mean. It's not what you say. It's never been what you say. It's how your voice feels moving through the air between you, and that feeling is being remembered. What your baby remembers next surprised researchers because it has nothing to do with what you do and everything to do with what you feel. Point 3. Your baby remembers how you felt when you held them. This one is harder to hear, but it might be the most important thing in this entire video. Your baby doesn't just feel your arms when you hold them, they feel your state. Studies on mother-infant interaction show that babies can detect their caregiver's emotional state through muscle tension alone. The way your arms hold, whether your breath is slow or shallow, whether your body is here, or whether you're physically present but mentally somewhere else. Babies as young as 2 months show different physiological responses depending on the quality of presence they feel in the hold, not just the fact of being held, the feeling inside the hold. And here's the emotional realization that sits with most parents quietly. The times you held your baby while your mind was racing, while you were anxious, while you were going through something hard, your baby felt that too. Not to carry as a wound, but as information. This is what the world feels like. This is what my people I love feel like. This is what I should expect. And if that moved you, the next thing your baby remembers is the one researchers say matters most of all. Point 4. Your baby remembers your face when you looked at them. Not the face you planned to show them, not the face from the photos, the face from the ordinary moments, the Tuesday morning face, the 3 a.m. face, the face you made when you were tired and they needed you anyway. Developmental psychologist Ed Tronick inducted what became one of the most important experiments in infant research, the still face experiment. A mother interacts warmly with her baby. Then, on cue, her face goes completely blank. No expression, no response, nothing. Within seconds, the baby tries everything to get her back, smiling, pointing, reaching. And when nothing works, they collapse. Distress, withdrawal, the physiological response of a nervous system that just lost its most important signal. Because your face is your baby's first mirror. It tells them, am I okay? Is the world okay? Am I worth looking at? Any answer your face gives them in those ordinary, unplanned moments becomes the answer they carry forward into every classroom, every friendship, every relationship they will ever have. Your face is the first place they ever felt like they mattered.
Here's what most parents never realize. Memory in babies doesn't work the way we think it does. We assume memory means recall, the ability to describe something later, to tell the story, to say, I remember when. But the deepest memories your baby forms never become stories. They become states. Here's the psychology behind it. Simply put, your baby's brain is building its operating system, and the data it uses to build that system comes entirely from you. Every time you respond to their cry, their brain records, needs get met here. Every time your face lights up when they enter the room, their brain records, I am someone worth lighting up for. Every time you stay calm when they fall apart, their brain records, it is safe to have big feelings. And every time the opposite happens, not out of cruelty, just out of being human and exhausted and overwhelmed, their brain records that too, not as a memory they can access, as a feeling they carry forward. And that changes everything. Here's why it matters more than almost anything else in early parenting. The emotional template your baby builds in the first year of life becomes the lens through which they see every relationship that follows. Their confidence in the classroom, their ability to trust a friend, their willingness to try again after failure, their capacity to ask for help when they need it. All of it traces back to what their nervous system learned in the ordinary moments with you. So here's the practical application, and it's simpler than you might expect. 1. Practice the returning gaze. When your baby looks at you, look back, fully, warmly, without distraction, even for 5 seconds. That 5 seconds tells them everything about their worth. 2. Narrate your repair. When you've been distracted or short or simply absent, come back. Say, I'm here now. I see you. Babies don't need perfect parents. They need parents who return. 3. Let your face say what your words can't. Before you speak to your baby today, let your face arrive first. Soft eyes, open expression. The face that says, you are the best thing I've seen all day. Because here's the truth that sits underneath all of this. Your baby isn't looking for a perfect parent. They're looking for a present one. And this small shift, this choosing to arrive fully in the ordinary moments, can completely transform the foundation you're building together. Before you close this video, I want you to think about your baby, right now. Think about the last time you looked at them, and they looked back at you, and for just one moment, the whole world went quiet. That moment, they're keeping it. Not in words, not in a story they'll tell someday, in their body, in their sense of safety, in the quiet, unshakable knowledge that someone sees me, someone chose me, someone always comes back. And when you give them that, consistently, imperfectly, humanly, you are building something that no school, no toy, no program ever could. You are building a person who knows they are worth being present for. They won't remember your perfect days. They'll remember how you made them feel on all the ordinary ones. Tell me in the comments, what is your favorite ordinary moment with your baby? The one that stops you, the one you want to keep forever. I read every single one. And if this video reached something in you today, subscribe to Everyday Family. We're here every week for the moments that matter most.